inside a shop that most people walk past without ever noticing. It's called the Crooked Clock and Curiosity Shop. Inside, you won't find grand adventures or flashing magic. Instead, you'll find objects, a pocket watch, a theatre ticket, a porcelain locket, a brass compass, ordinary things that have quietly held onto extraordinary moments in time. Each time we enter the shop, one object will choose to remember the past just once. These are not stories about changing the past. They are merely stories about understanding it. So let your breathing soften, let your body grow still, and when you are ready, the bell above the door will chime and welcome you in to the Crooked Clock and Curiosity Shop. There is an antique shop at the end of a narrow side street. Most people walk past it without ever really noticing. The sign above the door hangs slightly crooked, as though time itself gave it a nudge and never bothered to straighten it again. Painted in faded gold lettering reads the Crooked Clock and Curiosity Shop. It is not large, but it is deep, and it is full not just of objects, but of moments in time. Tonight, you step inside, and a small brass bell chimes as the door closes behind you. The air is warm with beeswax polish, old timber, and the faint metallic scent of aged brass. Shelves rise from floor to ceiling. Mahogany cabinets filled with sterling silver cutlery and porcelain figurines, glass domes protecting faded corsages and pressed flowers, stacks of leather-bound books whose spines have softened with handling over the years, and clocks everywhere, mantel clocks, wall clocks, carriage clocks, and tall pendulums swaying slowly in narrow cases. Some run fast, some slow, and some hesitate before each second. It is not chaotic, just slightly out of alignment. At the back of the shop stands the owner, tall, still, and observing with quiet awareness. he gives you a small nod. "Take your time," he says, and there is something in his voice that suggests the words mean more than they should. You move slowly through the aisles. Most objects feel quiet, ordinary even, but in a velvet-lined cabinet, a silver pocket watch rests slightly apart from the others, its casing worn smooth at the edges. The shopkeeper unlocks the cabinet before you even ask. He places the watch in your palm, and he watches you carefully now. You press the latch, and the lid opens with a clean, precise click. Inside the enamel face is cream and uncracked. Fine black numerals, delicate hands ticking steadily. Inside the lid, beneath a thin brass retaining clip engraved neatly into the silver, reads A. E. Whitmore. You trace the engraving with your thumb. The metal is cool, and as your skin moves across the name A. E. Whitmore, the ticking suddenly grows louder, closer. The scent of beeswax suddenly dissolves into coal smoke and cool morning air. The shop suddenly fades away. You are not gone, but you realize you are suddenly inside the moment the watch carries. A railway platform in early spring. Steam coils upward in white ribbons. Coal smoke lingers in the damp morning air. Porters lift trunks bound for the coast, for ships waiting to cross the Atlantic. Leather suitcases, wooden crates, and parcels wrapped in twine. Women in tailored woolen coats and feathered hats step carefully towards the carriage doors, gloves buttoned and boots polished. From the refreshment room on the station drifts the scent of strong black tea, warm scones layered with thick clotted cream, strawberry preserves shining in glass jars, and striped boiled sweets stacked in tall cylinders behind the counter. Time feels deliberate here, measured and intentional. Across the platform stands a young woman. You do not need to hear her name. You simply know it as Eleanor. Her gloved hands grip a small leather case. Her posture is composed, but her eyes are searching the station entrance with restrained urgency. She is not casually leaving. She is hoping. Near the entrance, a man pushes through the thinning crowd. His name arrives in the same way. You just know. A. E. Whitmore. It is Arthur Whitmore. His breath is uneven, his collar slightly misfastened, his hat clutched a little too tightly in his hand. He checks his pocket watch as he moves through the platform. 9:08 a.m. He slows down because he believes he has time. Mounted high above the ticket window hangs the station clock. Its hands read 9:12 a.m. Arthur glances between the station clock and his pocket watch. A flicker of confusion passes his face. He almost calls her name then. He almost runs, but he does not wish to appear frantic. He believes his dignity can wait. The whistle blows, steam surges from the train. Passengers hurriedly step into the carriages. Eleanor turns one last time towards the station entrance. Arthur sees her for a moment, a fragile, impossible second. It seems they will find each other in the crowd. He steps forward. He continues to push through the crowd. But the conductor lifts his hand and the train suddenly shudders and begins to move forward. Arthur looks up at the station clock. 9:13 a.m. His eyes move back to his pocket watch. 9:09 a.m. 4 minutes. He pushes forward then, calling her name, but his voice is swallowed by steam and iron and emotion. Eleanor leans slightly from the carriage window, searching, waiting, hoping. Her eyes move across all the faces on the station, straight past Arthur. She does not see him because her expression shifts from expectation to confusion and then something softer and far sadder. Something that looks painfully like understanding. She believes he did not come for her. The train gathers speed and Arthur runs alongside for several desperate steps, but the platform ends. The carriage pulls ahead and Eleanor withdraws from the window. Her posture straightens and her gloved hand tightens further around her leather case. The train disappears and Arthur stands at the edge of the platform, not because he chooses to, because there is nowhere left to run. The memory that you are witnessing shifts again. You see mahogany benches and brass tools, coupled with the faint scent of oil and metal filings. You witness Arthur sitting alone in his workshop. His pocket watch lies disassembled before him. Every tiny little gear laid out in careful order on the table. His movements are steady but no longer confident. He adjusts the balance wheel. He tests the motion. 4 minutes slow. He sets the watch down on the table, and for a long moment he cannot bring himself to open it again, because he understands now it never was broken, just slightly misaligned, just enough. He lets out one soft breath that almost resembles a laugh, not because it is amusing in the slightest, but because something inside him recognizes the precision of the loss. He reassembles his pocket watch, listens, and now it ticks perfectly, aligned with the regulator clock on the wall. He studies the inside of the lid of the pocket watch for a long time. Then he takes a small scrap of paper. His handwriting is precise and pressed harder than necessary. He writes 4 minutes. He folds the scrap of paper and slides it beneath the brass retaining clip inside the pocket watch. He closes it, and this time he does not adjust it again. This moment that you are witnessing settles. The coal smoke starts to fade, and the scent of beeswax from the Crooked Clock and Curiosity Shop starts to return. You look around and you are standing once more inside the shop. The pocket watch rests open in your hand still, and you see the folded scrap of paper sitting beneath the brass clip. You slide it free and open it. 4 minutes. You glance up at the crooked wall clock above the counter, and you see it reads 4:04 p.m. You check your own watch and see 4 p.m. sharp. For a brief, impossible second, you consider not correcting it. The shopkeeper is watching you intently. A quiet understanding passes between you both. Each object carries a moment, he says softly, but only once per person, and after that it rests. You close the pocket watch lid. The ticking sounds steady now. You return the watch gently to the velvet-lined cabinet. There are dozens of other objects waiting. A cracked porcelain locket, a brass compass, a half-torn theatre ticket, each holding something new. As you step towards the door, the bell once again gives a soft chime. The sign above remains slightly crooked, and you know you will return, not for this watch, because its moment has now been seen. Sleep gently tonight, and remember, time always shifts in small increments, in train whistles, in hesitations. 4 minutes can close a door forever, or place you on a path you never would have chosen otherwise. We rarely know which is which. Perhaps the life we miss out on is not always the life we were meant to keep. There are many more objects waiting inside the crooked clock and curiosity shop. Until next time, good night.